Hello my friends, Simon from WhatCulture here, and my hood is up because as you know, today is National Hood Day, which is part of National Hood Week, so make sure when you go outside or stay inside, the hood goes up. Otherwise though, it is time to go back to a well we have fished out of before, which is when professional wrestlers appear in commercials. Now, these aren't the usual ones that you may have heard down the line. Some of these are really weird. Either way though, it's important that we bring this information to you, and please do slam that subscribe button. And here is 10 more strange commercials that wrestlers decided to star in. Number 10, Bret Hart sells Humpty's omelettes. Now, to be fair, if you were going to find one professional wrestler that could sell anything and everything, it would be Bret Hart. I mean, when he goes in the ring and he takes on anybody, he makes them look like $1 million. At one point, somebody must have called up WWF and said, we wanted the Hitman too. So he actually did star in this advert where he took on one of Humpty's omelettes, which means if you want to see this, you can see Bret Hart, the greatest wrestler ever, take it on an egg. I mean, it's as bonkers as you probably think it is, but after the fact, Bret Hart made sure to go on the record and say, hey man, that omelette was a safe worker, unlike Goldberg. That's a joke. I couldn't help myself, but seriously, go and find the clips of this and your eyes will fall out of their head. Number 9, Bret Hart sells pizza. And this wasn't Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Papa John's. This time, Bret Hart decided to stay native to his Canadian land. He advertised the amazingly named pizza company, Pizza Pizza. This one is a bit more normal in the sense Hitman walks into the joint and says to the person behind the counter, hey man, give me a pizza with extra cheese. But when he says extra cheese, it's kind of like he hates cheese. So I'm like, why the hell do you want cheese? The response he gets is, hey Brett, would you like an extra one for just a toonie? And I had to go Google this, and a toonie in Canada means $2. So either Bret Hart is taking advantage of a good deal, or they've got some kind of Ponzi scheme going on. I presume it's actually just a changed marketing slogan though, but once again, just seeing Hart in these kind of environments, well, just makes you shrug your shoulders. Number 8, Kevin Nash sells marijuana. Now this one may surprise you if you do know Kevin Nash, but he is quite fond of smoking marijuana to the point that recently, he actually started his own chain. He calls it Jackknife, which of course ties into his finishing move, so I suppose he also could have gone with Big Boot to the face or Ow, my quad hurts. I'm really sorry. I have to stop doing this. And the main purpose of it, or the way that it's marketed, is in order to help you calm down, or maybe help you sleep, or help if you are in a lot of pain. And we all know by now, if you want to do it, you should just go do it. The best part is that during the advert, which is exactly what you think it would be, Nash talks about the flavor, and I think there's orange, there's citrus, but there's also vanilla. And if you know, you know, and if you don't know, don't worry about it. Or Google is your friend. I like to think it's a rib. Number 7, Sting sells Sprite. So this one is even more insane because it features the legendary Sting. We all love Sting, you love Sting, your nan loves Sting. And he goes round somebody's house and says, hi, you've won this contest and now you get to meet me. And the kid, the boy, the child in the family is so excited to the point he drinks some Sprite, gets superpowers, he just beats Sting up. Or at least that's what you're meant to think, because straight away it turns out that fizzy lemonade is not going to give you anything extra, and I tell you, Sting just absolutely kicks his ass. The family are also loving this, like they're recording the thing with giant smiles on their face, and the tagline at the end is something along the lines of, don't trust Sprite to do anything but quench your thirst. Honestly, this one gets a round of applause. I saw it 20 or so years ago, and I saw it recently for this video, and it still makes me laugh. It is one of the greatest wrestling adverts ever. Number 6, Jesse Ventura sells soup. So this one is for chunky soup, and I did a little bit of research, and it's basically a stew, and the tagline is, oh, you can eat it with a fork or a spoon, because again, it's not a soup, and it is a stew, and yet everybody involved just wanted to call it soup. What? Because of this too, you also have Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff fighting over their favorite utensil. And I'm sorry, that's just not worth giving a damn about. As Jesse Ventura on commentary shouts things like, oh man, we're about to find out what the rules are. What is going on? And that is basically it too. The match is in like a dingy smoke-filled arena because we were tying into that stereotype. And Jesse is just on the outside with a microphone. I don't feel like a lot of time or money went into this one. Actually, that's not true. Probably went in Ventura's pocket. Number 5, Triple H sells a bodybuilding supplement. Now this is genuinely one of my favorite commercials ever, and me and my good friend Luke absolutely lost it the first time we saw it, because it's basically one massive insult. And it is for the Joe Weider line of bodybuilding supplements, but you're in a gym with some kid that's really skinny, and he's all like, oh man, I'm gonna get massive, I'm gonna train so hard, and I'm gonna get as jacked as Triple H, when Paul Levesque appears there and gets right into this child's face and says, don't bet on it, kid. So he has just destroyed his dreams. Of course, the whole point is the game telling this jabroni, look, if you take all of these supplements, then you can look like me, and I'm sure that's true. That's all I'm going to say about it. Let's move on. Number 4, John Cena sells garbage bags. I don't know what the hell anybody was smoking when they came up with this advert, but it starts in a supermarket, and it's like an old man and his old wife. Sounds terrible. And the dude sees a hefty bin bag, and he goes to grab it, drops it. When he picks it back up, for some reason, he's John Cena. Now, this is the actual John Cena, obviously, in terms of a visual perspective, and then he has to act like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm John Cena, and he does the whole you can't see me thing. But because John Cena's not meant to be John Cena, it's all just incredibly awkward. I think the joke is meant to be that you then see another couple, but the man in that relationship has picked up a wimpy bin bag, so he's now wimpy, whereas John Cena is the anti-wimp. I'm going home. Number 3, Chris Jericho sells fast food. So this happened all the way back when Chris Jericho was Y2J, I believe it was the year 2000, and you've got to imagine this was a pretty big deal at the time, because flipping Jericho was advertising Taco Bell. This is quite stereotypical, all things considered though, because it's set up like a charity advert, with Chris Jericho being all like, hello, I am World Wrestling Federation superstar, Mr. Jericho, and I and Taco Bell need your help. If you just invest $3.99, we shall give you some Mexican food, and when you eat it, you'll go, it's delicious, and we will end people needing nice food. I don't know, look, it's good, it's fine, because it's Chris Jericho. That's about it. Number 2, the Ultimate Warrior sells his own wrestling school. Now, you can actually find videos of the Warrior teaching at his wrestling school, and all I will say this, if you enjoy a slightly mad person yelling at you this close in your face, you probably should sign up. And of course, what everybody likes to talk about when it comes to this is that the Ultimate Warrior had a training facility when he couldn't work a lick, but I don't want to get into that, because I want to talk about the commercial where he does say, man, I'm going to train you to be a wrestler, but also, essentially, I'll train you to be a good human being. That's when I was like, Jim, come on. It's also the Warrior just shouting at you the entire time. And at the start of the thing, he says, rumor has it, you think you have what it takes to become a wrestler. Who is spreading that rumor? I think somebody has been lying to the Ultimate Warrior. Number 1, Hulk Hogan sells flipping everything. So this could take us all day if we went through everything, so I'll try and focus on the ones you won't have heard about. But there was this telephone system that he once sold along with Alf. And do you remember Alf, the weird alien from the 80s? You probably don't, but believe you me, I do. He was also in a Honey Nut Cheerios advert back in 1984 where he found the mascot and yelled at him, there's no way you're going to change what I do. And once again, I was like, Hogan, it's just some cereal. He also helped advertise Lone Mark where he played a psychiatrist, and there was also a power gel where Hogan was all like, oh, if you take this power gel, you're gonna look like me. And I say to that, it's probably baloney. And do not forget that Hogan has also said he missed the phone call of somebody offering him the George Foreman Grill series. And just in case you're wondering, that's not true. Allegedly, he may have made it up. But if you just go on the internet and type in Hulk Hogan commercial, your day is dead. Now, please do leave a comment below and don't just focus on the strange wrestling commercials. Let's find as many of these as we can do. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Head over to WhatCulture.com where you can read yourself some articles. Make sure you come follow us on social media. And we have a lot of other videos. I'm looking at them now in my mind. Go watch one. My name is WhatCulture. Make sure you have a lovely National Hood Week. See you soon.